Hello, everybody. Hope you all are enjoying the remaining moments of September right now. Today, I'm going to talk about something that I've been wanting to talk about for a very long time. Now, as you can see from the title of this video, I'm going to talk to you about which of these two legendary and iconic franchises slash trilogies do I like more. Sam Raimi's Spider-Man that ran from 2002 to 2007, or Christopher Nolan's Batman that ran from 2005 to 2012. First, I want to start off by saying that, in my opinion, these two franchises, trilogies, are awesome. In my opinion, I think they still hold up very well to this day. I think both of these movies, overall, as a whole, did a great job in representing the characters and their respective mythos. But with that being said, um, I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion to many, but after all, this is my channel and I'm entitled to voice my opinion, whether people like it or not. And I'm going to have to go with Sam Raimi's Spider Man. The reason, I love Christopher Nolan's Batman, but the thing is, Sam Raimi made me the Spider Man fan that I am today. I mean, granted, he didn't create the character, he was created by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko back in the 1960s. And Spider-Man remains to this day one of the most beloved, enduring, iconic superheroes of all time. And the thing is that, Sam Raimi, how he's able to tell the story, how he's able to tell the story of Peter Parker slash Spider-Man through his eyes, through his vision, got me into that character. It made me say, well, this character is interesting, this character is compelling, this character is someone I can relate to. Yes, I know he's not real, but the biggest part of his popularity is his ability to relate to readers and audiences more so than other characters. But with that being said, though, when Christopher Nolan did his run on Batman, I was already a fan of Batman. I became a fan of Batman through not only the classic shows from the 40s, 50s, and 60s, but also the super long running Super Friends cartoon franchise that ran from 1973 and then to the 1985. And of course, the DC animated universe, Batman the animated series, the new Batman Avengers, Superman the animated series, Batman Beyond, Justice League Unlimited, of course, his guest star appearances on Static Shock. Of course, I loved Batman through the Tim Burton films in which Michael Keaton portrayed him. So at that point, when Christopher Nolan released his first installment of Batman in 2005, I was already a fan of that character. And I was already a fan of that character. So, um, Sam Raimi and the way he wrote the story, the way he portrayed the character, and of course, Tobey Maguire's portrayal got me into that character. And I was very, very impressed with the character ever since. Because of Sam Raimi, I got into the 1994 animated series. Matter of fact, I got into most, if not all, of Spider-Man's TV shows, including the live-action Amazing Spider-Man TV show from the 1970s. I got into many of his games. Um, I probably read Spider-Man more than any other superhero on the planet. But yeah, I've actually, I'm sorry, hold on. I felt proud. I'm sorry, hold on. I'm going a little off track here. I apologize. Excuse me. Um, as a Spider-Man fan, I can sit there and say that aside from the 1994 Spider-Man animated series that aired on Fox for like 5 seasons, 4 to 5 years, I still feel to this day that Sam Raimi's run on Spider-Man shaped a whole new generation of Spider-Man fans, and deservingly so. Where's Big Fella's just spamming shit? Uh, but yeah, I really enjoyed. Um, as I said, delete the comment. I'm. What's the topic tonight? Apparently, the motherfucker. Never mind. Okay, so what was I saying? Um. Oh yeah, so Sam Raimi is what got me into Spider-Man, and for those who do not know or who are unaware or who have forgotten, I have happened to met Sam Raimi back in March, up in the Monster Mania convention in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and he was a very nice guy with me. He was very cool with me. He was cool, and I know there are rumors around that he may continue, he may go back to developing his Spider-Man 4, but we'll see what the hell happens. Um, but yeah, Sam Raimi's what got me into Spider-Man, and as far as I'm concerned, he's one of my favorite directors, along with Christopher Nolan. But I know a lot of people have their personal who they like more as a character. But to sit there and say that, I'm actually very happy, as a person who grew up loving Sam Raimi's Spider-Man immensely as a child, the fact that that trilogy has gotten a lot more respect and appreciation in recent years. And I'm not just saying it because of how good Tobey Maguire was reprising his role as the Raimi verse Spider-Man at Spider-Man No Way Home, but the fact that I think more and more people starting to appreciate the older films, I think is a blessing because Sam Raimi's Spider-Man trilogy, regardless how flawed the third film was, which I'll probably do a video of, defending it. Yes, I plan on defending Spider-Man 3 on this channel, but also talking about the flaws at the same time. Um, so either tomorrow after I start off Villains Month tomorrow, or on Wednesday, who knows? But with that being said, I Sam Raimi, I think, is a great director. I mean, he was part of the production crew behind Hercules: The Legendary Journeys, which starred Kevin Sorbo as Hercules. He was also part of the production crew behind Xena: Warrior Princess, which starred Lucy Lawless as Xena. And, that made me a fan. And I've been a fan of Sam Raimi ever since. I also did watch Ash vs. Evil Dead, which was freaking awesome. I know he didn't direct it. I believe he was an executive producer behind the series, which was fantastic. But I grew up as I said, Sam Raimi's a great director. He's a brilliant, very talented writer. I don't agree with all the things he put into his stuff, but I definitely enjoyed what he did with those characters. Now, Sam Raimi, just really got me into this character. I mean, the Spider-Man, as I said, Christopher Nolan, how he successfully redeemed and revitalized Batman on the big screen was huge because people were very disgusted how Batman was portrayed by Joe Schumacher, specifically more so in the Batman and Robin film from 1997, which I think most of us can and will agree that was an atrocious movie. But, you know, it was such a damn good, Christian Bale, I will say this, did a real solid job as Batman, in my opinion. Wasn't crazy about his voice, but I don't hate it as much as I did back then. But you know, I'm gonna talk about Christopher Nolan's Batman sometime in the future as well. But I just want to get that out there that I really freaking love Sam Raimi's Spider-Man immensely. I'm actually very happy that all three movies have moved to Disney Plus. Thank God. Um, trying to think. But yeah, there's a lot of positives I would say about that movie, about his franchise. So, you know, okay, we'll see what else in the comment. Batman and Robin was so. Did you like the no kiss scene? I thought it was awkward. I actually liked it. I actually thought it was cool. I like Spider-Man 3. It catches unnecessary hate was so damn bad. Oh, that's not even I agree with you 100%. Spider-Man 3, I think, gets a lot of unnecessary hate. I'm actually going to talk about that more when I defend it either tomorrow or Wednesday. But yeah, I definitely do agree. But it does have its flaws. It's definitely the most flawed of Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. And funny enough, I said that one of my questions I asked Sam Raimi when I met him, I said, "Did you?" I asked him which friend did you have more fun doing, Evil Dead or Spider-Man. He said Spider-Man, which to me shocked the hell out of me because Evil Dead is like one of Sam Raimi's most beloved franchises. And he said because the working conditions when he did Evil Dead was so bad, he had a lot more fun doing Spider-Man, which was so awesome. I love that. Dude, I don't think we really discussed more on the bat suit nipples. I mean, it was just so bad. I love the upside down kiss scene, as I said. I don't know if you. I love the upside down kissing. Probably one of the best kissing scenes of all time. I mean, I know Tobey Maguire hated it. I thought it was pretty damn cool. You know, I loved it as a kid, and I still like it today. You can argue that I may have liked it more as a kid because I was a kid back then, but I still like it. Um, but yeah, and I and if it, do you because be right back. Yes. Hey, Boomtown. Um, I came back, guys. Anyway, yeah, fine. I was thinking about getting a bottle of water, but then I changed my mind. You know what? I'll be right back. I gotta pee real. Uh, Stop camera. Go. Ah, okay. Here I am. I think. Hmm. I don't eat spicy food. I had chicken cutlets, baked potato, and some corn. It was good, man. It was good. Um, but anyway, yeah. So I know this. I know Christopher Nolan's Batman is more popular, but that doesn't mean it's the better series. It's based on people's opinion, and I've said this. I you know you know I did love Christopher Nolan's take on Batman. I thought he did a great job in redeeming, revitalizing Batman on the big screen. But the one thing that kind of really took me out of those movies was the insane amount of realism he put in those films. And it's like, I get it, you want to make it seem more believable, but at the same time, you didn't really need to put realism because superheroes aren't realistic. Superheroes and realism don't mix very well. Like, and that's kind of like my biggest issue with Christopher Nolan's Batman trilogy is that they don't really feel like superhero movies. They feel way too much like crime dramas. Don't get me wrong, I like a good crime drama, but if you're gonna make a movie about a famous and iconic superhero, whether it's Batman, Spider-Man, Wonder Woman, the Hulk, you still gotta give it the impression that it's still somewhat a comic book style superhero movie. And that was my biggest issue with Christopher Nolan's Batman. That's kind of another reason why I like Sam Raimi's Spider-Man a bit more, is because those movies feel like superhero movies. Christopher Nolan's Batman really does. Plus, I also am going to talk about here on the channel, which is my favorite Spider-Man movie, and that includes the live-action Spider-Man films and the animated Into the Spider-Verse movies with that primary feature, Miles Morales, who I really love as a character. I've been a fan before the Spider-Verse films. I know some people didn't really care for him. I've always liked the character. Some people. Do I think we will get a live-action Miles Morales movie? I think we will, and I think we should, because he's a really good character, in my opinion. He's really interesting. Yeah, he has some similarities to Peter Parker, but he's also his own character. And that's what I like about him. That's what I really have grown to. Clash Your Noob 1. Hello. Just talking about some movie trilogies, that's all. Hmm. Hey, Boomtown, what's up, buddy? Christopher Nolan was dark, raw, and psychological. It was a great depiction and a far cry from the cartoony, campy Batman in early films and TV. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was, but it definitely was. Christopher Nolan was a really no. He did a great job as Batman, but if there's one thing, and I totally believe this, as much we should love Christopher Nolan for how he revitalized the character, I think the biggest reason why Batman is so popular in film is not because of Christopher Nolan. It's because of what Tim Burton did with the character. I mean, with what Tim Burton did with the character in 89 and 92, I mean, that was when people started to take Batman seriously as a character again in pop culture because during the Silver Age and Bronze Age, not just on television, but even the comic books, Batman was still seen as somewhat of a campy and hokey character. Because during the Golden Age, Batman carried a gun, he was willing to kill criminals. Then during the Silver Age, he became more campy and hokey. Then by the Bronze Age and Dark Modern Age, he went back to his darker roots. But I get what you're saying. So where are you from, dude? Um I'm from New Jersey. Yeah. Tim Burton did do a great job, but if those movies were released today, well, I think did they re-release them? Times have changed. I don't know. I think they were re-released, and I think they did pretty. I don't know. Did they re-release them in theaters? I don't think they did. But if those movies were made today, they would not do well. Times have changed. Probably, but I still say they're great films. But back to this one. Yeah, that scene with Christian Bale's Batman and Heath Ledger's Joker at the jail scene was so great. One of the best scenes I've ever seen in any Batman film. I didn't see that movie. I'm not really a big Avatar fan. I'm not a big Avatar fan. I like James Cameron somewhat, but I mean I've heard a lot of good things about him, but they're just not my cup of tea. I know you guys have some of you guys have seen the Penguin, the HBO Max series on Max, which I heard really good, which shouldn't surprise me because Matt Reeves is a damn good writer and director. I'm one of those people in the majority, excuse me, that really love Matt Reeves' the Batman movie from 2022. It was really damn good. I didn't really care for Titanic either. I didn't really care for Titanic either. Sorry. I agree, Charles. That was the perfect intersection of it really fucking sucks of what happened to Heath Ledger. Like that, I think personally, the reason why I'm not a homophobic, but I'm not gonna. I'm talking about he did Broke Batman where he and Jake Gyllenhaal became gay lovers. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but I'm not gonna watch a movie where they showcase two men having sex. I'm not gonna watch that, but that you could argue that Heath Ledger's portrayal of Christopher Nolan's interpretation of the Joker was the best performance of his career. And it's such a shame he ended up losing his life because of it. I didn't say Heath Ledger was gay. I'm just saying in the movie Brokeback Mountain, he portrayed a gay cowboy. Jake Gyllenhaal were gay lovers. And it's funny, I like the fact there was an interview he did way back when he was still alive. A reporter was being so bigoted. It's like, listen, if you don't want to see if you don't want to see two men fall in love, don't watch the movie. Which is what I didn't say he was gay. He was far from gay in real life. I think he had a lot of girlfriends, Heath Ledger, but he was a hell of an actor. He was a hell of an actor. Yeah. Um. Yeah. So. Um. He has a baby with Michelle Williams. Really? Let me go see. I did not know about that. He had a baby with her? Let's see. Son of a bitch. I want to talk about her personal life. She was in Brokeback Mountain, yeah. Life and career. She had a daughter. Okay. That's cool. Um, favorite Spider-Man actor, live action wise. Um, my favorite live action Spider-Man, especially from the movies, is Tobey Maguire. So yeah, it was. Oh my god, that scene where he crashed apart the actress that played Maggie Gyllenhaal. I'm surprised. I was very surprised they didn't bring back what's her name, Katie Holmes, because I thought she did a decent job as Rachel in Batman Begins. I'm very surprised they didn't. But Maggie Gyllenhaal did a good job. I mean, Maggie Gyllenhaal is a good actor, good actress. I think she's the sister of Jake Gyllenhaal, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, um, well, you can make a strong argument that Heath Ledger was the scariest Joker of all time, and it's so funny. I think, how can I explain this without coming off like a jerk or a traitor to my fellow Batman fans? I think a lot of times the Batman fan base, um, I think a lot of times Batman fans could be the most toxic of any superhero fan base. The fact that when Heath Ledger got initially cast to play the Joker, people were like, "What the fuck? Heath Ledger is the Joker," and he ended up proving almost every single one of those motherfuckers wrong. I have to disagree. Oscar, my favorite Joker of all time is Jack Nicholson, but people are entitled to their opinion. Tobey Maguire, um, he was only like 28 when he passed away. Yeah, something like that. Shame how he passed away. I was a freshman in high school when he passed. But my favorite live action Joker of all time is Jack Nicholson. I love me some Jack Nicholson. Who's your favorite Batman villain in the movies? This may surprise a lot of you guys, but it's gonna be Tom Hardy's Bane. Now I know Tom Hardy's Bane wasn't completely faithful to the comics. I'm gonna get back to this one in a second. But lost my train of thought. Shit. But Tom Hardy was such a good Bane. Like, granted, he didn't have the Venom cocktail where he was all big and jacked, but he was intelligent, unlike the dumb shit Bane we had in Batman and Robin. That was like a dumbass and useless when he was enrolled up. But he was very intelligent, he was strategic, he was tactically intelligent, and he was a really damn good fighter. He was very strong. Not superhumanly strong, but very strong. Marvel or DC, I like them both. I like them both. My top two favorite My top two favorite Caesar Romero, I think is a very underrated, underappreciated Joker. Johnny Boy said to me when he was on the light when he was here at one point a while back, excuse me, said that Caesar Romero may have had the best Joker laugh. Caesar Romero was an incredible Joker. He really truly was. I don't think he gets the credit he deserves because the 1960s Batman was very campy and hokey. It was good, don't get me wrong, especially for its time, but today it would get shit on because people don't understand it was the freaking 1960s. So if you ever watched the movie I Am Heath Ledger, great movie to watch about Heath Ledger as an actor and as a person, lots of exclusive behind the scenes footage. Good to know. I'm sorry. My is this Two-Face acted by Tommy Lee Jones, who I'm a huge fan of as an actor, was extremely well done for how poor the character was written. That's actually not a bad thing to say because I was going to say the same thing, but the character. I think we can all agree that Aaron Eckhart, the man that portrayed Two-Face in The Dark Knight, was phenomenal. I think he did a great job as that character. And I know some people didn't like how he was kind of rushed into this movie, but I thought Aaron Eckhart. I know it's going to be a very unpopular opinion, some, but I love Aaron Eckhart more. I like Aaron Eckhart's Harvey Dent / Two-Face a bit more than Heath Ledger's Joker. Don't get me wrong, I love Heath Ledger's Joker. I think Heath Ledger's Joker is one of the greatest movie villains of all time. He's that damn good. He was that damn good. So, you know, um, the Bane from Batman and Robin was a guy. Yeah, I heard about that. 6'4", 405 pounds, died of a heart attack. Guy was massive. Yeah, but what I'm saying is Bane was done so poorly in that movie. The writing, like, if you ever check out Bane in the comics, he's a formidable son of a bitch both with and without the venom. He's stronger than Batman with and without the venom. He's a great fighter. He's a great strategist. He's a great tactician. He's a great character, Bane. For those of you, Bane is one of my favorite villains in the DC Comics franchise. He's one of my favorites. And, Bane is just, to me, he's him. He has that him factor. And I'm not just saying that. What I like about Bane, not just because he broke Batman's back, I mean, that would be pretty childish and stupid. What I loved about Bane as a character is his backstory. I really like his backstory a lot. It is tragic. The dude died at 40. Yeah, that sucked. And no disrespect to the dude, he was given shit material to work with. I think Joe Schumacher passed away too. Yeah. Mm. It's such a shame that these talented individuals they given such shit material to work with. Like Uma Thurman, I think she's a talented actress, but god damn it, she was terrible as Poison Ivy. She was terrible as Poison Ivy. And Poison Ivy is probably my favorite Batman villainess of all time. She's like one of the best of all time. And Uma Thurman did not do her character justice. She. What is the best advice you've ever given? Um, I've told a lot of young people who are going to college and high school, just be yourself. Don't let someone tell you that. Don't be someone that you're not. Just and remember where you came from. Remember, and what I mean by remember where you came from, like remember your back, remember your roots, where you were born, where you were raised, that type of stuff. So remember that. But yeah, I really. Let me look this up. I am Heath Ledger. Oh, it was a 2017 film. Holy shit! I did not know about. Best advice you received. I have to get back to you on that. Batman and Robin was just a clusterfuck. The best actors in the world could make chicken shit out of that chicken shit. No, it was a terrible movie. It was a terrible movie. And, that I am Heath Ledger. What streaming service is it on? Son of a bitch. Ooh. You know what? I could watch that on Amazon Prime. Um, yeah, garbage from the start. Um, always always been on the writers. If they suck, you have no chance. Goddamn right. Here's the thing. People really need to understand this. It doesn't matter, what can make a character a hit and or a miss is the writing. Same thing goes for a movie, story for a video game, story for a comic book, or any book from that matter, is the writing. Doesn't matter what type of character it is, bright or colorful or dark or gritty, it doesn't matter. If the writing is shit, it's not going to be successful. And that's the problem. That's why Batman and Robin was such a terrible movie. Is widely regarded as one of the worst movies of all time because the writing was terrible. I can't wait. I'm sorry. Um, and Ricky from New York said the exact same thing. That's why I don't think the Amazing Spider-Man movies are that good, especially the second one. the writing to me wasn't all that great. I know there are people who prefer them over the Sam Raimi films, but I listen. I may do a video talking about Andrew Garfield. Not to bash him or anything, but I may talk about my thoughts on Andrew Garfield's portrayal of the character prior to Spider-Man: No Way Home. I may do that as well. I may do a video on that as well, so stay tuned for that. Because I think he too gets way too much hatred. I think, for people to say, oh, he's a terrible actor because they thought he was a terrible Spider-Man is just stupid. I mean, the guy's had, from what I understand, from what I've heard, a tremendous career in film. He's had a lot of success in film. He may be the most talented Spider-Man actor of the three main Spider-Man actors. And, I really freaking enjoyed. I will say this. I think his Spider-Man was definitely redeemed in Spider-Man No Way Home, but I'm going to get more into detail of that when I defend him in a future video. So stay tuned for that as well. But man, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, how long have I been streaming? For a while. I've been streaming for a little bit over a year now. So we're close to a year now. So, you know, I mean, this is I like streaming. But again, we check on the NFL scores. Let's see how the Dolphins are doing. Let's see. And of course, I want the Dolphins to lose, but I have a feeling they're going to win tonight. But we'll see what the hell happens. Oh my God. Tennessee's up 9-3 over the Dolphins. Detroit's up 14-7 over Detroit. I think Detroit's in the red zone. Like on oh, I love. I mean, there's a I do it as a hobby. I do it because and yes, I do it for fun. Yeah, I don't do it for money. Um, what the hell happened? Joe, man, that the Lions are a good freaking team, man. I just do it for fun, Clasher Noob. Yes, I do it for fun. I do it as a hobby. I don't do it for money. Yes, I have. I've watched them all. My favorite. I've watched them all, and I've loved most of them. My favorite of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies is Avengers: Infinity War. I love that movie to death. Wow, man, you are like an inspiration, not like others streaming uploading just for money. Thanks, man. I appreciate the compliment. But yeah, even though the MCU has been inconsistent at best post Endgame, their best movie in recent years has been Deadpool and Wolverine. That movie was, in my opinion, what is amazing, and I'm definitely looking forward to Captain America: Brave New World. I'm definitely somewhat looking forward to the upcoming Fantastic Four film. Um, and I'm somewhat looking forward to the Thunderbolts movie. Hopefully, they don't make it like a Suicide Squad movie, because that would really piss me the fuck off. Because the Thunderbolts are nothing like the Suicide Squad, so but we'll see what the hell happens. But yes, I have watched all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe films, and I've loved most of them. My least favorite MCU film, my least favorite of the Marvel Cinematic Universe films. Hmm. Probably the Marvels, along with Thor: The Dark World. I don't really like those movies too much. Those movies, disappointed the hell out of me. Let me tell you that much. I use Verma. I've never watched Breaking Bad or Stranger Things, but I heard they're great series. Even Thor: Love and Thunder was a big blunder. I see what you did there. Yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder, I'd say was a big disappointment. But I don't hate it like a lot of people do. But I can understand why they didn't like it. To me, it was just meh. You know, too much with the comedy is what really took me out of the movie in a lot of ways. But um, but and it's funny for interesting guys who want to know. Remember the movie Big Fat Liar, which with Frankie Muniz, Amanda Bynes, and Paul Giamatti? The guy that directed that movie directed Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm not making this up. I think the dude's name is Sean Levy. Like, no bullshit. The guy that, I mean, I love Big Fat Liar. I think it's one of the funniest movies of all time. I personally love that movie. I think it's one of Frankie Muniz's best films. One of the best films he's ever done. My family, we get a kick out of that movie, especially my father. He gets a kick out of that movie. So if you don't like it, that's more power to you. But I'm just saying, Sean Levy even directed the Cheaper by the Dozen movie that starred Steve Martin and Bonnie Hunt. I loved those movies as a kid. Sean Levy, in my opinion, is a good director, and he freaking did it. He did an amazing job as Deadpool with Deadpool. I mean, he did an unbelievable job with Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, he kicked ass with that film. He kicked some serious ass with that film. And I'm actually very glad it's the highest grossing R-rated film of all time. It's that damn good. It's really that damn good. Um, what else? What else? But yeah, if you, I think it's leaving Netflix pretty soon, but if you haven't seen Big Fat Lie, I recommend you watch it. It is a funny as hell movie. Tell you that much. I was, God, I never get to see in the pool where he comes out all blue and he puts like dye in his hair. He looks like a fucking Smurf. That shit, that shit was fucking hilarious. Don't you remember that shit? He goes to the pool for his morning slash daily swim, comes out all blue like a fucking Smurf, and he puts some red dye in his fucking hair. It is hilarious. It's one of the most, and his freak out. He goes, "Oh my god." Have I watched the Last of Us live action adaptation? No, but I heard it was very good. I heard it's very good. This um that I mean, just that freaking scene alone where he comes out all blue, it is fucking hilarious. Oh my god. I mean, I don't know. You see, this is where you don't really trust critics. You should never really trust critics. You should just go out there for your own. That's why. Let me tell you something about critics. Critics are not always right. No matter how professional or how good they are at their job, they're not always right. And you should never really trust them. You should trust your own instincts. If the movie appeals to you, go watch it. If the movie doesn't, save your money. Okay? Let me tell you something. When the first Venom movie came out in October of 2018, critics were saying it's a bigger abomination than Catwoman from 2004. So this is where my bullshit meter went off at full power. It's like bullshit. I can understand that movie, the Venom movie, being bad, but worse than Catwoman. Catwoman is an abomination. Talking about the 2004 film that starred Halle Berry. Halle Halle Berry, right? So I go see Venom, and the best way to describe my experience with the film, you know when you run to the bathroom thinking you have diarrhea, but when you go take your shit, it comes out hard? It's good, it's healthy, but it still hurt like a motherfucker. That's basically my description of the first Venom movie. Wasn't It wasn't great, but at the same time, it wasn't as bad as what a lot of people made it out to be. It's definitely not as shitty as what some of these dumbass critics think it is. Hey, Dewey, I missed you too. But yeah, I I haven't seen Venom Let There Be Carnal. The sequel's coming out sometime in I think in late October. But you know, um, it is what it is, man. So I'm sorry for the burp. Hmm. Let's see. It's 21-7. Should be 21-7 Detroit. Um, I gotta tell you, man, Detroit is a damn good football team. I mean, Dan Campbell's a good man, a good coach. Are you following the Penguin series? I have yet to watch it. I plan on finishing season one of Titans and then watching the Penguin. But I hear it's fantastic. Colin Farrell does a great job. Loved him in the Batman. You know what, guys? I'm going to end the stream right here. Hope you guys had a great day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.